Not very high, because because my dad was a doctor. I always assumed I'd be a doctor.
Sure.
You know, I started playing music professionally when I was 13 with a big band, like a Glenn Miller type band,
Sure.
local band. There was a fantastic band leader in my little town, and we played, you know, weddings and 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 the like. And so I was working with grown-ups. You know, I was 13 and they were not. They were, you know. But it was, you know, I was as good as they were. I mean, I was a pretty
Sure.
good musician, and then we had this really good band in high school, good rock and roll band, and in fact, that's how all the rest of my rock and roll career happened, because the high school band was invited to come down to Cornell University to play for a spring weekend. You know, one of the guys in a fraternity was from my town. He liked our band. He invited us down, and you know, we're from a town of a couple thousand people, very conservative, early 60s. And when you think of 60s, you think of long hair and Jimi Hendrix. No, no,
Sure.
no, no, no. Early 60s was like 50s, you know.
Yeah.
And then we come down to Cornell, and here there's these, you know, kind of wild, you know, partially naked girls and pouring beer on top of each other. I mean, I never applied to another college. I went to Cornell because that's where I was going to go to school.
Sure.
And it just so happened, not that I planned it, but at Cornell there were 53 fraternities, and you could play rock and roll every night if you wanted to.
Sure.
So there was an opportunity to meet really good musicians, some people who were planning on doing it professionally and did do it professionally. Ozzy Allers played with guys from the Grateful Dead, I mean, you know, obviously Huey Lewis
Yeah.
did okay, and Ronnie Dio wasn't at Cornell, but he was in the local. He was in the locale. He was called
Sure.
Ronnie Dio and the Prophets in those days, and then he became Dio. You know, there was a lot of professionalism in the pop music scene there,
Sure.
and so, but I didn't think I was going to do it professionally. I eventually thought I might play classical music professionally, but then, you know, that all changed when my friends came over to Paris to be around, and we started a band, and one thing led to another, and then we recorded Dancing in the Moonlight. You know.
Sure.